Hello. Welcome back to the red sofa. So this is a fun one today. Women and power tools. That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're saying.
All I'm saying. Over to you, Penny.
Well, the thing is, I like what I call intermediate technology. Now, there's intelligent technology, which I don't understand, and and I always feel that God actually had a great sense of humour and put in Kevin, who is a technological guru. I mean, he's amazing, and he's taught on it and run courses on it, and me, who likes a wheelbarrow. Thank you. Wheelbarrow is about as advanced technology as I like. So when I have an egg whisk, it will be an egg whisk. Not a bzzz egg whisk, if that makes sense.
Your manual.
And I just think non-power tools, hand tools, like old hand drills and things of that sort, are just brilliant because they very rarely break. They very rarely break. They work in a power cut, Helen.
Yeah.
I like tools that work in a power cut.
Yeah. And they're beautiful in themselves. They're aesthetically pleasing too.
This is true.
Don't have any wires coming out of them or...
Yeah, but this morning I had a new and exciting...
You had an experience, didn't
I had
you?
an experience.
She had an experience.
Well, we've been getting trouble with deer in the garden, and the deer like roses. And we planted quite a few roses in particular places. And we suddenly find that these roses, which are meant to be this high now, are still this high. And we saw this as a little detective moment hint
Suspicious.
that we may have something eating our roses. So we decided what we were going to do is build tunnels with tree guards.
Ah, that's what they were.
That's what you're wondering what they were. You thought we were
them.
keeping hamsters.
Yeah.
No, they're tunnels with tree guards, made of tree guards. But tree guards cost about 25 quid each or something at the very cheapest you can get them. Anything up to 45, 50. Spent a lot of time on Google. There are other servers available. And eventually found I could buy tree guard stuff on a roll, and I would get 25 tree guards for the price of 13. Now that is a good deal as far as I'm concerned, but I only needed 11 or 12, but that was neither here nor there. In fact, I think it's probably going to end up useful for other things. But then I had to, the tree guard on a roll arrived yesterday. So I assumed I was going to use bolt croppers to cut this up. And I talked to a friend of ours, builder, and said, we gave you our bolt croppers the other day, can we have them back please? And he went, yeah, sure, but you don't want to use them to do that job. He said, why don't you use my angle grinder? And I immediately went a bit pale and panicky and got a sort of a sweat break out on my brow. A power tool? And
actually, I'm getting a bit sweaty thinking about you with a power tool, actually. That's quite scary.
So they promised me that this was a very small, manageable angle grinder because there are different sorts.
Yeah.
And one of them turned up today with angle grinder in a plastic case. Looks very... Men love power tools. Oh, yeah. They get so excited.
I love power tools.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you use them?
I'll tell you a story in a minute.
Okay. So he opened it up, and this is a cordless power tool, which instantly tells you it's a little bit more lightweight than the standard thing. And he said, put eye protection on, and he said, I'll show you why. And he showed me his glasses, which are his angle grinding glasses, and they feel like the surface of the moon. They've been hit a lot of times. And he said, if one of those goes in your eye, I promise you, it hurts. So anyway, I wore one of those masks like the girl from Flashdance. Yeah. I fancied myself as the girl from Flashdance who's a welder that wants to be a dancer.
In your head, this is what you were looking at.
This is what I've become. Yeah. I needed some leg warmers, but I didn't have that.
I do think we have photographic evidence of this, don't we?
Kevin, I think, took a little bit of video. We'll see if it exists.
Yeah, we might be able to put that on.
But I found it was brilliant.
You enjoy it.
And I had such a great time. And I thought I could just go bzzz, right up through these cages, things, bits of metalwork.
Yeah.
And I got the job done in about an hour. That clearly, if I'd used my...
You'd still be there.
I'd still be there, getting a bit grumpy.
So you're coming over to the idea of...
Not always. I think we do overuse them, but it was an exciting event. What's your story?
Well, my husband will say to you, never ever let a woman near a power tool.
Quite sexist, I feel here.
Yeah. Well, this is the reason why. Okay. So in his case, it is down to experience. And we had a long galley kitchen in our old house when we lived in Hertfordshire. And there was a bit of a breakfast bar that stuck out. Now, I just had a baby and I was at home on maternity leave, so I was a little bit, not bored, because they're really hard work and I was busy.
But you were fractious.
I needed creativity.
Oh.
So I'd said to him a few times, can you just knock that end bit up to open up? And he's like, no, can't do that, you need this, you need that, because he like overthinks things generally. And I went, well, you don't, you just need to cut it. So when he was out in the garden, I grabbed the saw, the electric saw, and I knew he was going to take umbrage to this. So I locked the back door and I locked the front door and I got going. So this is him. I'm in here having a go at this breakfast bar with, I hadn't even thought about metal things being in the way.
Oh,
and he walks past the window like this. He's walking past the plunkerwoods and he looked across. He went, she dropped, or he's like, what are you doing? So he ran to the door, but I knew.
You'd locked it.
So I was like, hi, look what I'm doing. And he's banging on the door. He runs round to the front door. So I waited. He was absolutely fuming, actually. It was quite funny afterwards. And then, so I did it and I collapsed it and I did quite a good job. But what I hadn't thought about, and this is probably what he was trying to tell me, was the lino in the kitchen, which was quite new, had been laid around the bar. So now I had a massive hole in the floor, lino, where I'd taken this bit of unit up. Anyway, I let him in eventually and we're still married. So he will say, don't let her near. But my biggest dream, my biggest ambition, and this is one of the things I will do, I always wanted to do chainsawing, and I really want to go on a chainsaw course.
No, I have done chainsawing in the past.
To do it. I love it.
Do you?
I want to do sculptures and benches. And,
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that I love it. I love the. What do you think? Do you think women should be?
I must admit, generally, I hate the noise.
Yeah.
I do hate the noise. I like being able to dig in the garden or cut things in the garden and still hear the birds twittering.
Yeah, that's true.
I really do.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it was great to be able to get that job done quickly this morning.
Ah, see.
And I think women should be able to do what they want. Don't you put it out there? Do you think women should be like, yeah, if women want to use power tools, let women use power tools?
You just make sure you've locked the husband out first.
But the fact is, I don't particularly like power tools. As a general rule, I like hand-powered tools, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I do. But having like chopping wood and things like that, as opposed to it does save a lot of time.
It does.
It does save a lot of time.
Cannot deny it.
Yeah.
Cannot deny it.
Have you got any funny stories or advice for my husband? Let us know.
Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye.